You know what I'm saying?
Hey guys, okay, first you're going to need an eyeliner of your choice, a concealer, preferably a thicker or full coverage one, and then a flat brush, or I'm just using my eyebrow brush. Then I'm going to start off by choosing where I want my line to be. Now you can do this by just taking a brush and connecting it from your nose to the end of your eyebrow, and that should give you a pretty good idea of where your wing should be. Now, you can also use tape, but that doesn't work too well for me. But anyways, I'm going to start my line off at the very end of my waterline, dragging it out to about the end of my crease. Now, I sometimes take it a little bit longer. I keep it a bit short depending on how bold I want to be that day, but today I want to be a little bit bold, so I dragged it out a bit. Now I'm gonna just start connecting the end of my line to about the middle of my eye. I pretty much just drag a straight line out and it just ends up pretty good. So that's what I recommend doing. I don't really use short strokes. That doesn't really work for me. And then I'm gonna fill it in a bit, and I wasn't feeling how thin my liner was, so I thickened it up a bit, which I really just went over the line a bit more, just basically just went over the line. And then I'm gonna start working on my inner corner. I never start my inner corner first because every time that I do, my eyeliner just ends up looking thick and crappy. Now, you want to make sure when you're doing your inner corner that you make the line thinner. I barely really make a line. I kind of just make it really, like, I just fill it in so it's not just skin, it's black basically, if that makes any sense, if I'm making any sense at all. Now, I messed up a little bit, as you can tell, but nobody's perfect. So once I have my line looking pretty good and I fill it in how I like it, I'm gonna take my line and make it a little bit longer because I like my wing to be bold. Now I'm gonna take my flat brush, I'm gonna carve out my wing, and people always ask me how I get my wing so crisp, and this is my trick. And now this is why I said that you're gonna need a full coverage concealer, because I've noticed when I use my like lighter coverage concealers or anything that sometimes if I mess up my wing a bit and I try to go over it with concealer, my whole side of my face ends up a little bit gray and it's not cute. So I recommend using a full coverage if you have it, but the other one will work too if you don't mess up too bad, but sometimes I mess up. Now I'm just gonna blend it out a bit. Blend. Now when I was blending, I kind of jacked up and touched my liner a bit, so I'm just taking my eyeliner and fixing it a little bit. Now once you look good and your line is popping, I'm just gonna take some falsies. I'm using the Demi falsies by Ardell, and they're pretty trash. I usually use Demi wispies, but I was being cheap and those came with glue, so I just bought that pack and it's not looking too good. It's okay, but that's pretty much how I do it. If I helped, or if you found this helpful and you liked it, please subscribe to my channel, and I'm gonna start posting videos once or twice a week. I'm working on it. Just leave me a comment, tell me how you liked it.